Those videos where it's poorly designed, unscripted, looks like it's no effort and it's pretty low key, but it brings the most value. This is probably going to be one of those videos because I'm going to be showing you how I booked 12 calls for my agency this week with 5 minutes of work without adding any sort of guarantees. For context, I run a company called Scaletopia. We help mainly marketing agencies and B2B companies, get 10 to 30 appointments a month through outbound marketing. So if you're watching this, you probably heard, and you're in my space, you probably know how saturated this offer is. Like SMMA, e-commerce offers, paid ads, all these offers are really saturated. So this, like, I'm not going to talk about offer creation. I'm not going to talk about, AI personalization because they don't really help when it comes to booking more meetings or even any meetings, especially in a saturated space. And I'm not talking about like client, I'm mainly just talking about the fundamental or core principle of booking meetings. It sounds philosophical, but let me just explain my point. So, just for a little context, here's my calendar. I would just, I don't know why I'm showing you a screenshot. It just looked cool, but let me just show you my real one. Here we got like 9, 10 this week on here, and then I booked a few on my prospects calendar. And then out of those, we got quite a few demos, so I expect to close quite a lot next week. And funny thing is, we hardly run outreach these days because every time I do, I'm booked, right? So this works, guys. This genuinely works in the most saturated space. And then obviously, our instantly campaigns, 4,700, 1.9% reply rate, and then 23 positive leads, right? Half of those, basically 12 leads in the campaign. And then we could get way more eventually. So, and if we think about it, right, just realized if we take half of these, it's basically 1 in 100. So a 1% positive reply rate. And as if you know, most people in Mindspace are getting 0.2, 0.1%, 0.3 in this sort of space, especially in the market agency, and especially can't even speak, especially lead generation. Like this is the most saturated rinse style offer because there's so many bots. Like people and their ancestors are just saying they do cold email these days. They don't know what they're doing, but with stuff like Instantly and Smartly, it takes 5 minutes to set up. So anyone say they can run an agency. So there's two main components, specifically what I'm talking about in terms of, especially in the saturation of stuff, of how to create and basically create cold email campaigns. So there's offer sophistication. So as you know, how sophisticated your offer, how much do people know it, and then market sophistication. What is the current market conditions? How do they react to your offer? For example, mine is deadbeat. Mine is literally saturated, etc. But if you went to marketing agencies and you could potentially say, I don't know, you could just basically help them get more revenue through like LinkedIn inbound. That's a hot offer right now. That's working pretty well. But something like mine has been around for a while. It's a bit saturated, right? But those are the two things that I mean, and everyone knows this, right? But what most people don't really talk about, they don't really think about, is questioning the sophistication of it. Now, I'm making it sound like I've found flipping cure for cancer, but what I mean by questioning sophistication, all I mean is like, cool, we know our offer's saturated, we know the market is saturated. What we just have to do is literally question them, and then what I mean by question it, I just mean confront them on a cold email campaign. Literally just confront them that we know it's saturated, but we do this, this, and this. Like we are the real ones, right? For example, I'll show you a little example. Like this is literally what I'm doing right now for my clients. If you want to take this kind of first line or whatever, this is what I'm doing. I know you get pitched a lot, but what actually was your experience with this offer? Like, what actually was it? And it just occurs to me, right? The amount of emails that they're getting. Hey guys, saw you did this, 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 and so you went to this college, man. I saw you went here. Congrats on the wedding or some bullshit like that. If you just see here, I know you get pitched a lot, but what actually was your experience with cold email? What actually experience with paid ads? What actually was your experience with conversion rate optimization? Maybe not something like that, but you get my point. The point is like what actually was their experience, and from a psychology standpoint, I genuinely think prospects would just think, okay, who is this guy? No one's asked this sort of question before. What is this, right? Truly, and I'm speaking, and This is not me just speaking from a psycho. Like I'm booking meetings, so take my word for it here. And for example, where is it here? One of the guys that we booked, is he on here? Carmine. Uh, he's here. Yeah, look, he's literally here. So this guy here, right? Hey, Aman, I know you're no bullshit line, and I promise not to flood me with more emails. And then he just he kind of wrote back to book a meeting, and even here in a program that I'm in, I just wrote to the guys, be different. It's crowded, etc. But look, here's the email. As you know, I've received dozens of emails a week. That said, I'm interested in your approach and how you think add value to my business. And I booked this person for next week. But my point is like you you need to question their saturation of it, and you need to just point them out and literally just say, "Hey guys, we do this, this, and this." Oh no, sorry. You literally just have to say, what actually was your experience with this offer, and because we do this and this is the realistic results that you're gonna get. Would you be open to learning more how we can do that? And you don't understand. Prospects appreciate like they're not gonna. I've gotten like it doesn't really matter, but I've gotten no emails that say F off or anything like that. Majority of the time, they're just saying stuff like either interested or they said no, I've not really tried it, or I've tried it and it just hasn't worked. Like it's almost conversational to the point. So yeah, it kind of comes under the category of like yeah, be more conversational, etc. But my main point here is like you need to just be a sense of reality, and it's like giving them a breath of fresh air almost, like in a world through of like AI, trying to be smart, trying to do this and this. Let's take it back. Let's look at the market sophistication and the offer sophistication, and let's just question them on it, on what are they doing right now that's working. And if it's already working, they won't respond. But if they actually were like if they wanted to kind of know about it, or they've tried it, hasn't worked, they will tell you that. And that's the perfect opportunity to strike and book that meeting, right? That's pretty much it from, I don't really want to take your time up and waffle even more, but that's my main point. So if you have any questions about this, put this on the comments. And this is my first YouTube video. So if you have anything specific that you want me to make videos about, just let me know in the comments. Probably no one's going to see this, but it's good. Even just contact me as well. You can see my LinkedIn. I'll put that on the description. But yeah, this is the first video that I'm going to make. So